you probably guys hear this like so many times. People saying, if you want to run fast, you need to stay relaxed. And to be honest with you guys, like my first impression hearing that, it's like, this thing just doesn't make sense. It's because, how can you do this, right? Because when you're running fast, you're working hard. So when you're working hard, for me that just doesn't sound like relaxing. What makes sense to me is like, of course, you gotta run slow so that you can relax. But running fast and staying relaxed, like, yeah, for me it just doesn't really make sense. But believe it or not, guys, it's 100% true. You can run fast and stay relaxed at the same time. Right, so let me show you guys this run that I did. I was actually really shocked when I actually did this run, because I was not actually really expecting to run something like this. And yeah, this is actually an all-out 1K. And when I actually did this run, it's basically, I did this because it was more of like I was just trying to celebrate. Like, I did not do proper training for this all-out 1K. So yeah, from the start right here, I said like, let's just go. And actually, as you can see it right here, when I did this run, like, I did not really focus so much on my running until I actually crossed that road right there. And then after that, yeah, that's where I really started kind of like just focusing on my run and just trying to stay relaxed. And you can see me here, like, occasionally I'm kind of checking my watch. The first thing, I check my pace, where I'm at, but I did not really care so much about that. And then yeah, like I said, sometimes I kind of glancing my watch here and there. I'm doing that just to see like the distance that I covered. I just want to make sure that how much distance I have left, because this is hard running and I want to make sure that I can pace this properly. And then when I'm getting closer to like maybe like last 200 meters or something, maybe I can give, you know, like a really good push. So that's what I did here. Like the whole time I was just focusing on my run, just trying to stay relaxed. And then like here, like, yeah, finally, like when I checked my watch, I said like, yeah, there's only like maybe a couple 100 meters left. So that's where I started pushing that last, like my last push. And then here, when I stopped my watch and I checked, I was really, really shocked. So I was expecting to maybe see like about 320s or something, 330, something like that. And I checked my watch, it's like, look at that, right there, 313. And yeah, for me, it was just, to be honest with you guys, I was just not expecting to see that. For me, it's like to see like that time, that's probably the time that I would run if I'm actually properly trained to run this. I'm really shocked. But what shocked me the most is, look at this. Look at my heart rate right there. It's only 142 beats per minute. And to be honest with you guys, like the first time I see this, I did not believe it at all. But trying to remember everything, how I felt when I ran, this thing makes sense to me. I said, I think this is kind of like pretty accurate for me, because during that run, I was, to be honest with you, like I felt pretty comfortable. And I keep like thinking like, I think probably I'm not running fast enough, because I was feeling pretty good. And I keep telling myself I need to push even harder, because I might be running like kind of slow than, you know, what I'm expecting. But I just stayed relaxed. I said like, there's no need for that. This is, like I said, I keep telling myself this is just a run for me that I need to do, and that's it. And then that's just the last thing where I finally did my final push there, just to close it like well. So that's where I really start feeling that, you know, my heart was like going up. So yeah, that's why, like I said, at first I didn't believe it, but trying to remember everything, what I did and what I felt, yeah, for me, I think this is pretty accurate. And just to give you guys an idea, I don't like follow like the numbers in the heart rate, because I don't do like heart rate zones and stuff like that. So what I do is like I just do like more of like a general data of my heart rate. So yeah, I don't follow the exact numbers. So for me it's like a slow like heart rate, or like moderate, and of course like max. So that's how I do my heart rates. But yeah, I don't do like very very specific numbers. That's how I like, you know, like get my heart rate data, just so you guys have an idea. So yeah, for me 142 right here, you can see it here. If I go to like the zones, but I don't, yeah, those zones, like you can see it's purely like just like there in the middle. Yep, it's like really really steady. So now, how do you stay relaxed while running at faster pace? So there's actually only like two things that you guys have to do. The first thing is like make sure that your legs are completely loose before you do your run. Of course, probably guys, you know already what I'm about to say. First, do a warm-up. And you might probably be saying like, yeah, I do warm up all the time when I run, but I still don't feel like I'm feeling really relaxed when I run, and I don't feel like when I run I still feel like kind of like I'm struggling. Here's the question though, are you doing the proper warm-up? Because let me tell you guys, if you're not properly warmed up, or sometimes if you don't even do a warm-up, it's like you're riding a bicycle with a rusted chain. So it's, of course, you know guys, how it's gonna feel when you like pedal a bicycle with a rusted chain. It's gonna be like rough, and it's, you know, you're gonna be working hard, you know, to pedal this bike. So yeah, that's not gonna be, it's not gonna feel good, and it's not gonna be smooth, right? On the other hand, if you do proper warm-up, it's of course like, it's like riding a bicycle with like a really well greased bicycle chain. So when you pedal, it's gonna be very smooth. So it's probably gonna be almost effortless when you cycle this bike, right? And that's how it really is when you're doing a proper warm-up. So here's what I do when I do my warm-up. First, I do like an easy run. So normally I would just do this like at least like a good 10 minutes. So the purpose of this is like to initially get that blood flowing in your body, especially in your legs, like just to get rid of that kind of like tightness in your legs and some kind of like aches and pain sometimes, you know, like roughness in there. So this is the purpose why you do like this like easy run. And there's no really like limit in doing this. Like I just say 10 minutes because this is how I always feel like 10 minutes for me is like enough for me to do this. But sometimes there are days that I'm really sore and my legs are very tight, so I would go a little bit more than that. The second thing is like mobility and dynamic stretching. So you do this thing to kind of like initially like loosening up your joints, and then also getting that maximum range of motion. This is very very important actually, because if you don't do this and then you just start running, and then especially when you go out so hard, you might pull some muscles if you don't do this. There's actually a lot of dynamic stretching and like mobility that you can do, but me, of course, I cannot do all of that, and it's gonna take so much time. I just focus on the most important ones. So like first, like me, I do like something like the here, the hip, opening up my hips, because that's how I'm gonna run. And also like on my knees, so I do that because I do like a good back kick when I run. So like loosening them up really really well before I run, because it's very important. And then the third is the drill. So I actually just do one simple drill before I run, like it's just that fast beat. And this thing right here is to like set that nice good quick rhythm. So yeah, I just do this like a good, I would say like 3 to 5 minutes, until like I feel like my legs are ready, you know, like they're like loose enough and I can feel that nice rhythm. And that's it for me, like about 3 to 5 minutes. And then lastly, the strides. Strides, this, the purpose of this is like to activate all your muscles in your legs before you run. And also at the same time, it's like trying to get that nice form. So yeah, I do this about 4 to 6 times. It's like a short, like just a really short burst of like sprint, like, so yeah, just do about 4 to 6 times just to get that nice good form and like activating all the muscles, so that when you start running, you're gonna be completely ready to do your run. So now that your body is completely loose and like you're ready to run, just try to think of this. You gotta run like smooth and steady. That's it. Of course, from the start, you need to get that nice good push. And then once you start like moving, try to think of like, you wanna make sure that you have a nice good stride, wanna make sure that your legs are moving well, like your arm swing and all that kind of stuff. Those are the things that you need to focus on, not the pace. And then once you start getting that nice rhythm, you need to start like loosening up. So what do I mean by that? So, because like I said, from the start, you have that nice good push. So when you're doing that nice good push from the start, you're putting like power in each leg. So once you start getting that nice rhythm, you loosen up, like you don't put any more power in each leg. Just try to go with the flow and the momentum. So that's what I mean, but you need to like loosen up like once you get that nice rhythm. Because once you get that rhythm, you're just gonna feel like I said in my previous video, like talking about the rhythm, it's like once you start hitting that nice good rhythm, you're gonna almost forget that you're running, because your legs are really just gonna do the job. When you're running like that, it's like when you get that nice rhythm, it's like your strides are almost equal distance, and like almost the effort that you're putting there. So it's like very efficient, and it's very light on the feet. And like I said, just keep that steady rhythm, because if you're doing that steady rhythm, you're not, you know, like you're not going up and down with your effort. So if you're not going up and down with your effort, your heart is gonna be steady. That's what happened to, like, you know, when I did that run. It's like you can see it. Well, yeah, when you see it right there, it's like completely like just one zone right there. So yeah, just to wrap this thing up, guys, make sure that you do like a really good warm-up, because that's the key there. Because if your body is like completely loose, it's just really easy to run fast, because yeah, you're not gonna be putting a lot of effort or energy like to do that, because everything is just loose. It's like going with the flow right there. And then when you start running, don't think so much about anything. Just focus on your run, and at the same time, just try to get that nice steady effort, because once you're running like that, it's gonna be a lot easier, and your heart rate is gonna be stable. It's not going up and down, and then that's how you can really relax while running at a faster pace. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you again so much for being here today. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.